Artificial intelligence, sometimes called machine intelligence, is intelligence demonstrated by machines, in contrast to the natural intelligence displayed by humans. Artificial intelligence, or AI, makes it possible for machines to learn from experience, adjust to new inputs, and perform human-like tasks. Artificial intelligence is allowing us to be increasingly productive by removing repetitive, tedious tasks from the labor force and creating more jobs in industries around the globe. Today on 48 Hours, we look at the careers in artificial intelligence. 48 Hours, own your future. Zanele is from Soweto. Over and above her love for artificial intelligence, she also loves netball, reading, and spending time with her mom. She believes that AI has the potential to solve many of the world's problems. Let's get to know her better.
I really have tons of sisters around my life. They really inspire me to be myself and also to believe in myself and also to be responsible to empower myself. I am passionate about IT, as it is a growing industry that has a lot of challenges. So I am keen to learn more and eager to learn more about the challenges in everyday life. My hobbies are I love reading and learning because it improves my analytical thinking skills and vocabulary. I recently finished my systems development NQF level 5. I am currently a Java developer and a web developer. The careers that I'm interested in are Java developer, quality assurance, and artificial intelligence. The reason why it's because it is an area in a computer science that creates machine languages, that emphasizes the creation of human intelligence that solves problems. What I'm hoping to achieve on the show today is to actually learn more about the artificial intelligence on the how part, more of practical side of it. I am now going to meet my mentor, who is a data scientist. Follow me.
Tshepo Kenneth Moahi is a data scientist who uses AI to help him solve problems. He loves photography and teaching about data science. He believes the future belongs to those who use data because it's becoming the most valuable currency in the world.
Hi, I'm Zanele.
Good morning, Zanele. My name is Tshepo. And quickly follow me into my office and then we'll talk about what we're going to be doing today.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Tshepo, for having me today. My first question is, how did you get into artificial intelligence?
Welcome, Zanele. I was very intrigued by the idea of computers learning how to make decisions based on historical data. So when I had the opportunity to go to apply for Data Science Academy, I applied and I went through their 3-stage elimination process and I was accepted into the academy, and that's how I started.
Why are you passionate about this career?
I love data science because every week there's a new breakthrough, there's a new tool that's out that solves this problem way efficiently than what we've known before. So like every week there's always something new that happens that push the limits of human intellect.
What course should I study at university to get into AI?
So if you are already at university, I think it wouldn't hurt to pick up calculus and linear algebra and also stats. If you're applying to go to university, obviously get in careers within applied mathematics and statistics. You can study your passion and then go apply data science into the passion that you have. If your passion is, for example, is chemistry, you can go study chemistry and then go learn some of the data science processes and then go apply that in your career field. So for university, they're going to give you the technical knowledge, but then I think you should get involved in data science competitions, like your data science online platform. They have challenges for that, so you need to get involved in those.
What are the day-to-day requirements of your job?
So on a daily basis, are you going to be meeting with clients from various departments or from outside companies? So you're going to sit with them and then let them know the progress of the project that you're already working on, or if you're taking on a project, you advise them on the direction to take with regards to what kind of data to source, what is the expected output of the project.
How does data science turn into artificial intelligence?
So artificial intelligence is a big concept that we can teach computers how to learn from historical data and then make decisions or make predictions, right? Machine learning is a section of data science under which we apply that concept of teaching computers how to learn by themselves. So AI, as you've mentioned, would be a subsection of data science. So it's all under one umbrella called data science. For the use cases that I'm allowed to share with you, for one, we're doing predictive maintenance. Say if South Africa had a company that was producing energy and that company was not doing so well, they could use predictive maintenance to predict when the modules in the plant would fail so that they can preempt that failure and then already have maintenance in plan for that.
So why should AI be important to us as South Africans, and how will it change our future?
For me, I believe that the future belongs to those who use data. So it is up to us as South Africans, young people like yourselves, to get involved in the field, to learn the skills, to take our own data to solve our own problems, our energy sector, social cohesion, and all these problems that we have in our country, even crime. So get that data and then apply AI to solve those problems because we understand the problem and the context of the problem.
What are the challenges and highlights for you so far for you in this career?
So for me, the highlights is, say now I'm done with the project and then I'm sitting there in the room and then I'm giving it back to the client to say, hey, you wanted this model that does this. This is what I've built for you, and then this is the accuracy that it comes with. And then the client is already thinking about other ways to apply this small project that you had, and then you actually get to appreciate the value that you are bringing into a large organization as a data scientist. Now the challenge is, because I love things, I keep signing up to a lot of projects, and the big challenge that you get with that is access to data, right? As a data scientist, your challenge is going to be access to data.
Tshepo, thank you very much for answering all my questions. May you please show me all the work experience?
You're welcome, Zanele. Follow me and then we'll get started.
Coming up after the break, Zanele learns how Tshepo uses data science to translate it into information for AI. Tshepo gives Zanele a challenging task. Will she sink or swim? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome back. Before the break, we met Zanele, who's passionate about a career in artificial intelligence. We introduced her to data scientist Tshepo, who uses artificial intelligence to solve everyday problems. Now Tshepo gives Zanele some experience in this career. Let's see how they're getting on.
So what I'll be doing now is taking you through what I do on a day-to-day basis, right? At the beginning of my day, every day, me and my team, we go for a cup of coffee. So just so that we get the camaraderie going. And then we have a team meeting, and then in the team meetings, we start off early in the morning to discuss what is it that we did yesterday, what we couldn't do yesterday, and the reasons for that, and then how do we plan on addressing that today.
Before we get started, can you please explain to me how does data scientist fit into artificial intelligence?
Okay, so yeah, data science is a process, right?
Yes.
There's the science there, and obviously there's data, right? So what we do in data science, it's a process of extracting information from data. So artificial intelligence is when we write a computer program that would go through large sums of data and then pick out the problems and then pick out a better way to summarize the data, a better way to present the insights that we need.
So where do you get the data from?
The data, it depends which industry you're in. If you're in the banking sector, they generate transaction data every minute or every second rather. If you're in HR like I am, we have HR data, we have people traveling all over the country, we have payroll data, so we analyze that data and then we add value to business.
What is the programming languages you use?
I use Python, and the question that I get a lot from people that are interested in getting into the field of data science is, which programming language do I need to learn?
Yes.
Right, and I feel like that's a bit of a wrong question. The question first should be, in which area am I interested in applying data science in? And then that would guide the decision on which programming language to learn. My first impression of Zanele, she's very inquisitive. Throughout, she kept asking very provoking questions, and then I think that's very cool.
Tshepo also shows Zanele that part of a data scientist's job is finding the logical links in huge sets of data, then asking the machine learning to give us trends and predictions. Asking the machine the right questions is of key importance. The more time the machine has to learn across bigger sets of data, the smarter and more accurate it becomes. The machine is also able to interpret large sets of data into graphics, charts, and language.
Okay, so what I wanted to do with Zanele today was that I wanted to take her through the workflow of a data science project. Yeah, and for the data set that you will be working with for the task today, you will have a description of a property, the size of the property in square meters, the number of windows the property has, whether the property is fenced or not, whether the property has a garden or not, whether the property is in an urban or a rural area, and then whether or not they made a claim. So you're going to use that data set to build a classification model. So are you confident with that?
Yes, I am.
I can leave you to the task now.
Yes.
Awesome, we'll chat later. I gave her a problem, and then we defined the problem. Then I gave her data, and then she analyzed the data, and then later on built a classification model to predict whether a house will make a claim within the next year or not.
For itask namhlanje uTshepo ungiphe idata ukuthi ngi-extract and then ngi-define for a working machine model. As soon as Tshepo left the room, I was feeling a bit confused because it was my first time. So I expected him to be with me throughout me extracting the requirements and everything. So it was a bit tense, but I actually got to learn and apply what he taught me.
What's the progress?
I'm done. I started by analyzing the problem, and also with the data that I was given, I analyzed the data to see if whether I need more data from the client or not. And then I went to build a classification model to check the predictions or probability if whether the client will get the claim. And then the probability was on 78.
And are you happy with that accuracy?
No.
Okay, so yeah, then you would give your client that feedback to say that the model that I built is at 78%, but I would like more data from you to increase the accuracy. So for a beginner, like first time being exposed to the programming language of Python, I feel like she did very well. Obviously she'll need to keep at it in order to to improve the skills and be able to pick it up with intuition. What I would like to say to Zanele is, as a young individual, the female, we really need diversity in the tech industry because there's not a lot of representation for women. You find that a lot of the issues that they face are not addressed because they're not there. So I feel like she should get involved in data science and then be able to then address those issues.
This is the end of my first day. I am feeling very happy and I was eager to learn more about artificial intelligence, which I got today. I am eager to learn more in day 2.
Coming up after the break, Zanele gets to meet an entrepreneur who's making waves with artificial intelligence in the mining industry. Welcome back. Before the break, we met Zanele, who wants a career in artificial intelligence. 48 Hours teamed her up with data scientist Tshepo, who showed her how data science is used for artificial intelligence. Now she meets entrepreneur Takalani, who's the CEO of Ashanti. He's going to tell Zanele about the business opportunities available in this space.
I've had an amazing first day on 48 Hours. Just when I thought it couldn't get any better, 48 Hours hooked me up with a real go-getter. I'm on my way to meet Takalani, who is a data scientist. I really have an amazing idea that I'd love to pitch to him, and I hope he likes it. Let's go!
48 hours went behind the scenes to give our candidate the lowdown on who she's about to meet. Let's hope this gives her a leg up with her pitch.
So in high school, I was very good in maths and science, so I enjoyed solving problems. And I think eventually I qualified as an actuary, and actuary is what we do. We develop models and we try to solve very complex problems, and we use a lot of data and do cool stuff with models and stuff. So that's when the interest actually started. But in tech in particular, I've always been interested in like how gadgets work, like secretly. Now, I don't think a lot of people knew about that. And then when it came to data science in particular, I think it was probably 3 or 4 years ago when I went to Berlin and I saw this cool startup that was doing very, very interesting things, and I was like, no, I want to be part of this. Yeah, it's not that difficult to break into the AI or data science industry, as long as you're very passionate about math, science, developing models, coding, which is very, very important, and there are lots of resources. Artificial intelligence is a field, if you can say it so, and data science is a career, right? So artificial intelligence encompasses a lot of things, and under it there's machine learning, there's deep learning, right, that you need to study. And data science is basically using AI, right, and other techniques to basically solve real-world problems. So yeah, my job really involves the day-to-day running or activities of a normal CEO. Basically, on the other hand, we're building very cool products, so overseeing that whole process of what products are being done. We've got a number of projects with different companies, so overseeing that and making sure that is done, and also basically just going and meeting clients and understanding what problems are out there that we can solve as a company. My advice to young people: artificial intelligence is the future. Basically, in the future, a lot of things will be done for us. Artificial intelligence is going to enable us to have better lives, and if we've got individuals or students who are doing data science who are enabling that or in that field, it will be great. So if you're really passionate about coding, you're passionate about tech, you're passionate about solving problems, I think this is a career for you, and then you can just go into it.
Now that we know more about Takalani, Zanele is eager to pick his brain about the business opportunities available in AI.
Takalani, thank you so much for having me today. My first question to you is, what inspired you to start your own business?
I wouldn't say there's one thing that inspired me to start a business. I think it's a combination of things that happened. Firstly, it was, I like creating things. I like starting things from scratch. That is one thing. And I think while I was in corporate, one thing I learned was basically how a whole enterprise operates. And I thought that was very fascinating to do. And obviously, and I thought, it's a new field, so I didn't get enough opportunities to do what I'm doing now while I was in corporate. So I think starting my own business was a way to actually do that, number one. And number two, as actually building the business, I do think that, we've got a problem with employment in the country. I think creating employment and impacting different lives is also something that actually keeps me going or inspires me to continue. Yeah.
What were the challenges with starting your own company?
Firstly, it was obviously funding. That was a challenge. And I think what you then find that is very particular, very specific to Ashanti or an AI company is the skills, right? So we don't have a lot of data scientists that one can pick from. We don't have a lot of skilled coders that I can pick from, right? Or just developers or whatever. And also just the concept of AI is so new to people. So there's a hype around AI, like everyone is talking about it, but a lot of people don't understand what it is. So when you're trying out there and you're trying to apply it, the adoption of AI is a little bit slow. So that is a challenge that one faces. For me, the highlight was just starting the business, just having day one of the business. That was the highlight. And I think celebrating a year of existence was the highlight. We were top 12 in the continent for one of the models that we developed. So it's been a great. And the challenge is obviously it's like challenge of like a particular client not wanting to pay or trying to persuade a particular client to do certain things or interacting with clients. So but those are just day-to-day things that you'll find with any business though.
Any advice for me with starting my own business in this field?
Advice that I would give you is to ask yourself, before you even start the business, is why, right? Ask yourself, why do you want to start this business? Why do you, and what do you want to do? And what you want to do, why do you want to do it, right? So asking yourself why and consistently asking yourself why is paramount.
Now that Zanele knows more about entrepreneurship in AI, she's ready to pitch her idea to Takalani.
Takalani, thank you very much for answering my questions. I have an idea that I'd like to pitch.
Okay, go ahead.
Takalani, not a lot of South Africans know a lot about artificial intelligence. I also was introduced to it at a later stage of my education. So my idea is to create an application that is targeted to the young students that will introduce them to the basics of artificial intelligence and data science. That application will help them with the learning experience and also improve their education. And also it will help students and teachers by monitoring the students' performances.
Zanele pitched an idea to create some sort of like an entry-level curriculum on data science to high school students or primary school students, just to acclimatize our students on what is data science, what is coding, what is machine learning. I think it's a good idea. As I said before, like data science and AI are like the future, and once we start introducing it to kids in high school, it can only be beneficial.
Takalani was impressed about my pitch. He gave me ideas, and also he gave me an idea how to implement my idea.
Okay. Zanele, I think it's a very, very good idea. As I mentioned before, it's, for Ashanti, getting skills is a big issue. And the more people know about data science, and the earlier on they know about data science, the better. So we're really keen, and obviously we'll be very keen to assist you and in shaping your idea to be something very solid.
Thank you very much, Takalani. Thank you.
We've come to the end of a jam-packed 48 hours, but we'd like to do something that makes life just a wee bit better for Zanele.
Zanele, it has been great spending time with you and chatting with you. I thoroughly enjoyed your company and your pitch. I think it's a very good idea. And to assist you with the idea and for you to solidify what you want in terms of the contents on how you want to structure your idea, we're inviting you to Ashanti AI for a month-long paid internship. So you get to know what is AI, what do we do as data scientists, and yeah, so yeah, well done actually, and I'm very impressed.
Takalani, thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. I'll definitely utilize this opportunity with my both hands.
So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for her. So hopefully what she learns or what she gets exposed to will interest her, and she'll be able to then take it from there.
So today I got to meet Takalani, who is an entrepreneur within the AI field, who awarded me with a great internship. I'd like to thank my mentor Tshepo, who taught me a lot about artificial intelligence. And I'd also like to thank Takalani, who gave me a great internship. And again, I'd like to thank 48 Hours for this great opportunity. I've come to the end of my 48 hours. With everything that I've experienced, artificial intelligence is still my career.
If you want to be part of the 48-hour experience, contact us on our social media page. If you're interested in more careers, go to our YouTube page and get inspired.
Zanele, all the best with your future. I'm very impressed that you're in the tech and coding space, if we can call it that. And I hope you develop a deeper passion of AI and data science and what you're doing currently. And yeah, all the best.